Marbella with Him and Her are proud to be sponsored by the friendliest bar in San Pedro, the Hogan Stand. The place for amazing food, live music and sport, karaoke, quizzes, and a welcoming smile. Why would you want to go anywhere else? Check out their Instagram page at the Hogan Stand and at the Hogan Hackers for their golf society.
This podcast may contain adult themes and strong language. And welcome to Marbella with Him and Her, brought to you by the Hogan Stand. He is
PJ Lopez and she is
Hannah Murray. What a week.
We've done a lot of travelling. We've seen a lot of Spain.
Yeah, we've done a lot of miles in this last week.
I don't think Miles is going to be too happy about that.
Yeah, he didn't know. He was asleep the whole time. That sounds so wrong. Anyway, as in we've driven a lot of miles.
We have, but we call it kilometres because we're now in Europe, or mainland Europe, I should say. We're always in Europe because UK is still in Europe. Even though they've left the EU, they are still in Europe. Some people don't realise that, you know.
Yeah, no, that's correct.
So we are kilometres, if you don't mind.
Yeah, it's just an expression, isn't it, that we were brought up on, I suppose, driven a lot of miles.
Yeah, well, I suppose that's because we, and still in the UK, use that as the system of measurement.
Do people say driven a lot of kilometres?
Possibly. I think we should convert.
Okay, we've converted. So we recorded the podcast and put it out slightly early last week. We did it all on Saturday because we were up early Sunday morning to go to Toledo for a wedding.
We went to see the man from La Mancha.
We did, Don Quixote.
Don Quixote country it is, isn't it?
It's absolutely beautiful up there.
Yeah, the journey's a bit strange though. It literally, you get on a road and it says, stay on this road for 150 kilometres. And then you do have a turning. It says, stay on this road for 220 kilometres.
It's not quite that long.
It was. There was literally like a straight road and then you turn off to another straight road and then another straight road. There's not much to see.
No,
on this
it wasn't
journey.
very exciting, was it? We stopped for a little bit of tapas on the way. It's a roadside restaurant, I suppose you could say. And it was absolutely packed, full of locals, you know, people who obviously live in the area and have gone out for some tapas or Sunday lunch. And it was so noisy, wasn't it?
Oh, like ridiculously noisy. It hurt my ears.
We couldn't hear each other talk.
And like, I'm like not being funny, but this is a Spanish thing, obviously. They were standing next to each other and yelling at each other. I mean, like, they're there. You don't need to talk that loudly. And the acoustics must have been so bad as well because it just echoed around the whole place.
I mean, we do that when we've had a few drinks, so maybe they were all just pissed.
I hope not. They all drove.
That's a good point.
I mean, it literally was like a motorway cafe.
Yeah, no, it's a good point, actually. So we stayed in a place called Hotel Los Cigarrales, and there were loads of places called Cigarrales in the area, including the wedding venue. And we asked one of your colleagues.
We asked Pamela what it meant, and she described this creature, and then we realised what she was describing.
Cicadas.
Yes.
So cigarrales are cicadas.
That's right. And apparently there's lots of them in this particular area, which is why everything is called cigarrales. Cigarrales. See, I can't say the word.
Toledo is described as a place of like 3 cities, isn't it? 3 cities in one.
Is it 3 cities or it's 3 different styles in one? I think they were trying to say.
3 different styles.
There's 3 distinct styles of building.
Which are?
Italian, because there's a big Roman influence.
Mm-hmm.
Moorish, I guess.
Yeah, definitely the Arabic influence.
And what was the other one?
I can't remember.
And another
Spain.
one. Yeah, but, you know, a bit more traditional.
Yes.
But yeah, and you can see that because actually when we were looking, our hotel was in a lovely position. It looked across a river to the city. So we had a beautiful view of the city. And I think I said to you when we're standing on the terrace, oh my God, look, you can tell that that one looks like it could be from Germany and that one looks like it could be from Provence. And, you know, you could see the different styles.
Yeah, really nice. And in our hotel, we had a lovely little pool, but it was boiling. So Toledo is near Madrid. It was a good 6 hours drive that includes a couple of stops, but it's near Madrid. So we knew it was going to be hot because obviously in the summer when you're inland, it's really hot. Madrid, Seville, Cordoba, these places are really, really hot in the summer. And I mean, it was still June, obviously, when we were going, so it's not in the height of summer, but my goodness. So this pool was lovely, but there was just no shade, so we couldn't lay out on the sunbeds like we wanted to.
It would be dangerous to lay out on the sunbeds.
I reckon.
So I found a little bit of shade at the end of the pool, and I just sat there with my feet in the pool.
Having a beer. Yeah, it was nice, wasn't it, once we got there? I wore an outfit which isn't normally my sort of thing for the barbecue on the Sunday night. It was a short, frilly, flowery dress.
Baby doll dress, I'd describe that as.
Oh, no, it's not baby doll.
Yes, that's
that
what
baby doll
described.
Comes out at the end, doesn't it?
Oh, I don't know. That's what I would have described it as.
No, I wouldn't. Anyway, it wasn't normally the sort of thing I wore, and I was a bit like,
Oh, no, it really suited you. You look lovely, baby.
Oh, thank you.
I was going to wear my orange shirt, but we won't go into that again.
Yeah, but you did get used out of it this weekend.
I did.
It's now a beach shirt. So it was lovely. On the first night, we had a barbecue, and the bride is from Ukraine. So she and also her groom, Oliver, and her parents and all her family and his parents came out in traditional Ukrainian dress, which was lovely.
Yeah, it was a homage to the Ukrainian side of the family. So they wanted to make sure that they did that and paid respect to that as well. You know, there were some people that flew over from Ukraine and the first time they'd ever been on a plane.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really lovely. Nice to see. It's sort of quite an international guest list.
Yes, definitely. So the location of both nights, because there was it's a big venue with lots of different areas to it, was called Cigarral de las Mercedes.
Stunning.
Absolutely stunning. So Zoe was there, Zoe Louise, who's a good friend of Oksana's, the bride, and I've known her for years, and we were chatting about how gorgeous the venue was because Zoe sings at a lot of weddings, and she said to Oxy, why have you chosen a place in Toledo? There's so many gorgeous wedding venues in and around Marbella. But she said then when she saw it, she was like, okay, this is why.
Yeah, it's quite famous apparently. I think a lot of footballers and wealthy people have their weddings
particular
there.
venue?
Yeah, it's very
nice.
Yeah, especially as it's just outside Madrid as well.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. So we took a walk into the city centre the next day. It was about half an hour, I guess. And again, really hot, wasn't it?
A good old walk that was, wasn't it?
It was a great walk, walking across the bridge and got lots of lovely photos.
There was about 6 of us trotting on there, wasn't there?
So we found out before we went that Toledo is famous for marzipan and swords.
Yes, so apparently, again, this is information from Pamela, who was our local tour guide, our local mother, our local organizer, our local translator.
She was great, wasn't she?
She was great. She said that they supplied a lot of the Games of Thrones and I think Lord of the Rings, the armour and the swords and the weaponry and all that sort of stuff for it.
Yeah, there were loads of shops that just had loads of swords and daggers, and we were thinking, it's so weird that you could just walk into a shop and buy a dagger.
It was a proper sword as well. It like a sharp sword. I mean, it's not fake. It was proper. I think I said to you, imagine having that in the boot of your car and getting stopped by the police and trying to explain why you have a sword. It's like, no, it's a memento from Toledo.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, really?
Well, I'm thinking youngsters. Imagine if a load of 16-year-old lads just went in and bought a load of swords or they had those really sharp daggers as well and knives.
I'm sure you can't just go in. I'm sure you have to fill in a form and
I'd like to think so. But they were touristy shops, weren't they?
Well, yeah, you're not going to buy that and put it on a plane, are you?
No, exactly.
That would actually be instant arrest, wouldn't it?
Yes,
But they also sell suits of armour, and I can't imagine anybody think, oh, that looks good. Can I have that? Can I try that one on, please?
Yeah, who buys suits of armour? Well, people doing films like Game of Thrones. And
very strange.
It's strange. So we didn't buy any swords, but we did buy some marzipan.
We've eaten the marzipan already.
We have. It was very nice. So on the actual wedding night, I had an orange dress, which I bought particularly for the wedding, and it was nice, wasn't it?
It was very, very nice, yeah. And again, you don't normally wear orange, but it really suited you.
And you looked gorgeous in your suit, your blue Hugo Boss suit that you bought for the wedding.
Yes, I did.
Yes, you sure did. We bought the couple a pizza oven and a cutter because you took yours to work once and they all loved it. So we were like, oh, that could be a good wedding present.
Yeah.
And their first night back home, she sent you a photograph. They were having pizza in their new pizza oven.
Yeah, which is really cool. It's just one of those things that you would never go out and buy yourself. I suppose it can be seen as an extravagance, you know, do you really need it? But when someone buys it for you, then that's a different matter. And you realise, how did I live without this before?
So we got a golf buggy to another part of the venue. They drove us in a golf buggy, which was fun. And they got married under a tree or right next to a tree, which reminded me very much of our wedding.
Exactly.
It was lovely.
Yeah, it was an olive tree as well, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was, yeah.
Oh, it was really nice. And their dog Buddy brought the rings up the aisle. That was really sweet.
Yeah, that could have sounded so wrong.
Why?
Rings and... no, anyway, carry on.
Oh, God, don't. Everything was translated. So everything was either done in Ukrainian or English, each little part. The woman who was doing the wedding obviously spoke English and Ukrainian.
The celebrant, I think they're called.
Yes. So that was really lovely. It was a nice touch, obviously, so everybody could understand what was going on. The brother, Ollie's brother, did a really emotional speech. He's obviously really close with his brother. They were saying how they're best friends as well as brothers, even though they fought over the years, and they're both really competitive, and they've obviously got a great relationship, which is nice. And they did this thing, so there was a big board that said, take a letter, take a seat. So there was one that said Hannah and Paul, and we opened it up. Everybody had personal messages and personal photographs. So it was a letter that they'd specifically written to us, you mainly, obviously, because it's you they know and work with, talking about their relationship with you. And it was really nice.
Yeah, it's a lovely touch. And there were some people in tears.
Yeah, it was really beautifully done. And we had some gorgeous food. The food was really nice.
Yeah.
We loved
it was
truffle,
Michelin
salmon.
star food, really, wasn't it? Almost.
Absolutely stunning. It made us feel old when it came to the disco. Everyone was looking forward to having a good dance.
I think calling it a disco is old.
Okay, sorry. It was a disco though, wasn't it? What was it if it wasn't a disco?
Music section.
Music section. Oh God, that sounds really old. So they had a live band, which was cool. So we had a bit of a dance to that, and then went into another separate room where there was a DJ and lights and stuff like that. And all these songs was coming on, and Ollie and his mates were all like jumping around, loving it. And you and I were like, I've literally never heard this music. So we asked someone else, Daisy from your work, and she said, oh, it's Disclosure. This all came out about 10 years ago. We're like, who?
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on it because it makes me feel old.
Yeah, we've like missed a whole genre of music. And it wasn't like we weren't listening to music 10 years ago. I remember my mum and dad saying there was a whole period of the 80s that they didn't really hear because they were too busy parenting. You know what I mean?
I wonder if it's just the music they played in clubs. And of course, we weren't clubbing really back then. So it wasn't music that we were familiar with.
Yeah, it must be. But it was very strange. It was song after song. And we were like, what is this music? It was quite good, but we'd just never heard it before.
You did tequila shot.
Dear. No, it wasn't. It was the rosé tequila.
It was a tequila shot.
Yeah, but you'd had tequila on its own.
No, I didn't. I refused because
I thought you did have
No,
one.
I can't do it.
I thought you did because I was like, how did you do that and not throw up?
No, honestly, I haven't done any tequila on its own. I can't because it instantly comes up.
I know. I just thought you did. I was like, I can't believe he did a shot because he's normally sick. Okay, that's weird. Maybe I was talking about somebody else. So we did have those rosé tequila shots, and then there was like banana tequila shots.
You went mad for those.
They were so nice, but they just taste like milkshake.
I saw you tipping one into another, so you had a double shot.
Oh, that's not what happened.
You did.
No, I didn't.
You did.
We were both there with other people, clearly. They brought out McDonald's at like 2 a.m, which
did
was
have a chip.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. And a chicken nugget.
You had a chicken nugget?
Uh-huh. I didn't have a burger.
You can't say the thing now. So PJ and I, our wedding year, we were getting married in September, and we said at the beginning of the year, let's not have McDonald's or fast food between now and September in preparation for our wedding. And after we did that, we thought we might as well go to the end of the year. That's quite cool to say we've gone a whole year without having McDonald's or Burger King. And then after that, we just thought, well, let's keep it going. Let's not get back into the routine of it. It can just be something that we don't do anymore, like smoking. So we haven't been since. So when this McDonald's came out, it was so tempting. I was really, really tempted to have a burger, but I didn't. But you had a chicken nugget.
Yeah, well, I've broken it now, so I might as well have burgers.
Oh, no, don't say that. That's not fair. It was great. They had like the McDonald's arch and it was all proper like McDonald's stuff. They'd obviously arranged it all. A really, really cute little touch. We've had Irish students this week at the radio station, and we also have them next week as well, coming over from Dublin. And they've brought us so many treats. They've brought us loads of crisps, the two big makes of crisps that everyone loves in Ireland, apparently, a Tato and King, and we've got both.
I don't recall you bringing any of those home.
I haven't actually had any at work. I didn't partake.
Well, why didn't you bring some home?
Well, because they were for people at work. I'm not going to start taking some home for my husband.
Mm.
No, that would be a bit much. I'll see if I can do it next week.
Bring you stuff back from work.
No, you don't. You come back all the time and said, we had cake today in the office.
I sometimes bring you stuff back.
I sometimes bring you stuff too. They also brought in the two big types of tea. And what are they?
They are lions.
Yep.
And this is the one we forgot in the quiz when you asked the question. What's it begin with?
B. Barry's.
What's that got to do? Oh, I thought you were giving me a clue with a tune.
No, I was just trying to hurry you up.
Oh, Barry's.
Lions and Barry's, yeah. They bought me a little cuddly sheep with the shamrock ears.
Oh, yes, so you brought it in. You haven't shown me that yet.
Yeah, and mince. And we've got an Irish soda bread making kit. You need to get on that.
Yes, I will make some soda bread for you.
That's really good. I've done a couple of memes this week on social media. We're trying to up our game a little bit on social media. So this was Franny Caps that got me to do this. She comes in every week and does celebrity gossip, and she's really good on social media. There's this new film called Apex, which I don't want to see. It looks too scary, with Charlize Theron. There's a scene in it which people are copying and turning the examples into their own life. So there's this guy who's a cannibalistic serial killer. Not the kind of guy you want to meet in a forest.
Yeah, not someone that you really want to take home on your first date.
No,
really,
it's not someone you want to introduce to your mum.
It's taking you out for dinner, literally.
Yeah. So they're in the forest and he basically says with these crazy eyes, you've got to the end of this song to run, otherwise I'm going to kill you. And then she has to run. And then this crazy, I think it's the Prodigy, maybe. Anyway, this crazy music starts. And people have been doing like their own versions of it. So she got me to do crazy dancey stuff in the radio. And it says, POV, you're a radio presenter and you've got until the end of this song to log into the Zoom call. So that's where that came from.
Very funny.
I also did one. I've seen loads of people do this, Gordon Ramsay and various other people, where you have to say the same sentence but in various different ways. So you have to say, so he said, where's the lamb sauce, Gordon Ramsay, and he did it in an angry way, in a sarcastic way, and in a flirty way. So I decided to do one for the San Pedro guide where I said, I love summer in San Pedro, and did it in all the different ways. And that was fun too.
It was. We filmed that just before we headed away this weekend.
Yes.
Where did we go this weekend?
We went to Nerja.
Nerja.
But I have a few more bits to get to before we talk about Nerja. So I did Pilates on Friday with Amy, which was nice. No Colleen Rooney this week.
No, well, she's a flash in the pan, really.
Flash in the pan, yeah. And then we had a notary appointment where we were going to sign our wills, basically, that have been processed. And we were under the impression that we were going to sign, pay, and take the wills with us and all be done. But the only part of that we did was sign.
It's a weird thing going to the notary. Like, they keep you waiting for ages. I think they had an intern on the reception because he wasn't very bright. And
interns can be bright, though.
Well, we literally, yes. But I mean, he was just like not engaged with anything.
No.
We almost had to sort of wave our hands in front of him, even though he was staring at us like, hello?
I know, it was really tempting. Hi, can you see us? We're here.
Yeah, and then in the end, it's like, see? We're like, we got an appointment. And he looked on his calendar and said, No. I said, no, we do. It's like, why, basically, in Spanish. So we
did this in Spanish.
Yeah,
we weren't that ignorant.
Got it all that sorted out. And then he didn't respond. He just asked us for our documents, photocopied them, and then sort of left us standing there.
Yeah, there was no communication. There was no like, okay, someone will be with you in a minute. We were just stood there for a good half an hour before he said, okay, come into this room. So we went into this room and then we sat there for at least another 5 minutes before anything else happened.
Just watching people go past and look in the room and then carry on going past. And it's like, what is going on? It's just like there's no communication at all.
I know these things can take a while and everybody's very busy, but you just want to know that somebody knows that you're there and that they will be with you in a minute. It just felt like we were not important whatsoever, and whatever the people working there were doing was way more important than us. It wasn't like we were in a queue and there were loads of other people there. They were just walking backwards and forwards with paperwork and on computers, and we were like, it was just very odd, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then the woman came in, explained what we needed to do, and then closed the door. Are we meant to wait for her to come back before we sign? Are we signing in front of her? Do we sign it and tell them we signed it? You know, and I thought, no, we can't like leave the door closed because they will forget about us. I mean, we'd
still be there now.
Yeah, exactly. We'd still be sitting there. So I went out and asked the guy, do we sign it? And he said, yeah. And then someone will be in 5 minutes. So we did that, and 15 minutes later, somebody came in, and it was a different person. It wasn't the person that gave us the forms, it was somebody else, and just said, yeah, you've got to come back next week. And we said, do we need an appointment? No, just come back next week. So, yeah, I don't know.
That's very odd.
Know what we did.
No, and we didn't pay, but we haven't brought anything away with us either.
No.
So we're going back next week. There's something to look forward to, isn't there?
Yay.
I went on Friday to Marbella Beauty School. I've talked about this before, and actually Jane, who runs the school, said that there was a woman called Angela who came in for some treatments because she'd heard about us talking about it on the pod.
See, we do say decent things sometimes that people are interested in. Not often, but sometimes.
But sometimes, yeah. So I had a massage, so a full body massage, not that full, stop it, and a facial.
Have I said anything?
I can sense you. A massage and a facial for €25. Yes, you heard that correctly. It is that cheap because they are students who are training. So you can get manicures, pedicures, facials, all different types of facials as well. They do different mechanical things. Mine was just a relaxing facial and
Mechanical?
massage. No, you know when you have all the different treatments, the machines and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't. I just had a nice relaxing facial. But it's really, really good. They've only got a couple of weeks left till their exams. So if you want to book an appointment, it's not all year round. It's only this time of year. So if you just look up Marbella Beauty Academy and say you heard about it on the pod and what treatments are they doing and when, and book yourself in. We have just got back from Nerja. We booked a weekend in Nerja, all around there being a concert on Friday night.
It was a festival, wasn't it? But part of that festival were Chambao.
Yeah, which is a Spanish group who are absolutely amazing. You're a particular fan. So we were really excited to see them. The tickets were only €30 and we booked them a couple of months ago and then planned a whole weekend around it. And a couple of days ago, it cancelled.
Yeah, I think they gave 1 week's notice of cancellation, which was pretty shit. And they said that they were going to refund the tickets, and we were a bit sceptical whether we would get them back because there's been a few concerts in Marbella that have cancelled and the promoters run off.
Yeah.
Literally run off with the money.
Yeah, awful. But no, I did get my money back quite quickly.
Yeah, which is good.
So instead, on Friday night, we did a bit of a tapas crawl around Nerja and made another little video.
We did, yeah. So we went to some really nice places. We went to one that was not a chain because that sort of indicates that there's lots of them, but there's 3 of them, I think. It was called Pura Tapas.
No, Pura Sepa.
That's the one. See?
And we went to the one in Frigliana when we did that last year.
And they've got another one. Where's their other one?
Mijas Costa, or La Cala de Mijas, La Cala.
So they got 3 of them. And that was really nice
food, yeah.
And then every other one we went to after that, we had a drink and got a free tapa.
And it was great, the tapas. Some of them were amazing. We had a lasagna, a tapas of lasagna, and you had a fajita tapas, which was like a mini fajita. It was great. So, yeah, we loved that. So it didn't cost us much at all on Friday night, which was good because we made up for it on the Saturday.
The ones where we were getting a free tapa, we were spending €7, which were on the drinks. So we were having like Tinto de Veranos. So they were $3.50 each, roughly. And we got the tapa with that. So each one we went into, we did that. So we went into 5 in the end, didn't we? Although the last one, we got a plate of cheese and manchego cheese, which was quite expensive because it's the best cheese you can get from the area. Actually, that's when we went to Toledo. That's where it's from. Manchego is in La Mancha.
Yes, not Toledo, but that area.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we had a glass of Baron de Lay at that last place, which we couldn't believe.
Yeah, I think that was €6 each for the glass, but it's one of my favourite red wines.
And we were staying pretty much opposite that last bar in a place called Hostal Don Peque. Peque?
Peque? I don't know.
Peque. And it was fantastic. We'd really, really recommend it. You particularly, a bit sceptical of staying in a hostel because there's that thing where you assume a hostel, you're sharing a room with loads of other people, you're sharing a bathroom.
Yeah.
And obviously we'd never want to do that. As we were walking away, we couldn't quite work out what made it a hostel compared to a hotel. So there wasn't a lift, but we were on the first floor, so that didn't matter. But we've stayed in places that don't have lifts before.
Yeah, exactly.
And there wasn't like a 24-hour reception. But I mean, that doesn't bother us. We had a code to get in the door and a key to get into our room. And the room was lovely, really nice open shower. We had a lovely little terrace. Yeah. There was a fridge in there. We didn't have a fridge in the place we stayed in Toledo.
And that was a hotel.
Yeah. So really recommend it. And as we were leaving, the lady was so nice. And she said, "Are you happy? Are you happy? Did you enjoy?" And we were like, she was Asian, wasn't she?
Yes.
And she said, "Please tell your friends. And if you want to come back, please contact me directly and I'll give you a really good discount." And we were like, I think we will come back.
Yeah, well, it's so well located as well. It's literally 3 minutes walk to the Balcon, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, Balcon de Europa is one of the main sightseeing points in Nerja.
So, yeah, really highly recommend that.
We had a beach day yesterday. We walked down to the main beach that you can see from the Balcon de Europa because they had some beds down there. But we got there quite early before anybody was on any of the beds. But she said they're all reserved, obviously, in advance. So
yeah, we had to walk a long way down to this beach and then a long way back up again from the beach. So
we walked round to the nearest beach, which is called Buriana, which is just round the corner. And on the way, I didn't say I stabbed myself. I got stabbed.
Yeah, and that sounds worse, but not by a person. By this ridiculous... So there was obviously renovations going on in this particular building, and they had the usual tarpaulin massive stuff up in front of it. And what we hadn't noticed is there was a spike sticking out.
A massive spike with a point on the end. And I just walked past and it scraped my arm and made me bleed.
Yes, you bled.
I bled. So, you bought some alcohol to put on it to ensure it wasn't...
Not tequila or gin.
No.
Proper alcohol, put it on it just to try and clean it.
So I've got a bruise and a scrape on my arm.
Yeah.
I took photos of where it was and a photo of the ayuntamiento thing just in case it got infected and we could sue them for millions.
In case you went septic.
In case I went septic, but I'm all right.
You seem to be at the moment.
We can't sue and get some money, don't think.
No, we can fake it.
How do I fake being septic?
I don't know, don't have a bath for a few weeks. It smell really bad.
I haven't had a bath for years.
Yeah, I know. That's why people think you're septic.
No, shower. So we did get beds on this beach. It's a much bigger beach and they're only €6.
And the food there was incredible.
Oh, it was amazing. Chiringuito Moreno, it was called. We didn't want to have like a massive lunch, although the pictures look like it's a massive lunch, but we just wanted some fish and salad because we knew we had a special evening meal planned. So we had some sardines, espetos.
Yeah, and it's really funny. These sardines can come quite small, medium, or you don't really get big sardines here. In Portugal, you get massive sardines.
Oh, really?
They're much bigger there. But they were lovely. They were really, I love the espeto.
Yeah, they were really nice.
And then we got a bit of a story about your dish, haven't we?
Yeah, so I fancied some fish as well. And they had on the menu fish of the day, €25. So I said, what's the fish of the day? And she said they had two. One of them was rodaballo, which is turbot, which we know we really like. So I said, oh, yes, I'll have the rodaballo. And you said, is it big enough to share? Because we thought we'll share the fish, share the sardines and share the mixed salad. And she said, oh, yes, definitely. So we were like, okay, perfect. That's all we'll have. And then she came back a little bit later. But before she did, we were saying to each other, that's such a good price, €25 for a whole fish grilled, because they asked us how we wanted it cooked. And we thought in Marbella, it would be much more than that. Sheila and I think, paid €85 for a whole grilled turbot when we were at that beach club in San Pedro with the red swimming pool.
Oh,
that's where we did that.
Gone now.
Is it gone already?
Yeah, it's closed down, isn't it?
Yeah, I've
One
seen
right
it
at the
hasn't
end.
been open
Yeah.
this year. So anyway, so for €25, we thought that was insanely good. And then she comes back and says, I'm really sorry. It's quite a big one. And this is actually €52. And we said, oh, okay.
Literally double the price of what you were going to pay.
So we were like, no.
We'll have a look at the menu.
Can we have a look at the menu and we'll pick something else? And then she said, okay, how about 30? We were like, okay, that's great. Thank you.
And we did. We paid €30. So it was a massive pish.
Oh, it was so beautifully presented when it came out.
Well, I saw them taking a photo of it when they presented it. I think they were quite proud of it.
It looked fabulous. So that was delicious. We loved that. So if you go to Nerja and you go to Buriana Beach, definitely go to Chiringuito Moreno. It's massive as well. You couldn't book a table, interestingly, because we went earlier on in the day and tried to book and they said just turn up. But with that many tables, I don't think you'd have trouble getting a table.
Not at all.
We went out in the evening. We had a tasting menu planned, so we went out for a few drinks beforehand. You had a couple of G&Ts.
I did. Bit heady after those, I've got to say.
I had a couple of Aperol Spritz and we watched...
You had more than a couple.
Okay, I had 3. And then we watched part of the Netherlands-Sweden game. We saw loads of people dressed up with the Sweden tops on, didn't we?
Yeah, funny enough, I don't think we saw anybody in the Netherlands tops, but we saw loads and loads of people in the Sweden tops, and they weren't singing very much after the game, were they?
No, it was a shame. Well done to the Netherlands. They played really well.
But we did later on that evening after we'd eaten, which we'll tell you about in a moment. There was loads of people singing and cheering, and I forgot it was the second leg of the final of the playoffs for Malaga and Almeria on who would go up to La Liga. And obviously Malaga won. So everybody was in the streets beeping horns, cheering, singing. Amazing, wasn't it?
Oh, it was great atmosphere. We got a couple of videos of loads of people with the blue and white shirts jumping around.
I've seen Antonio Banderas has been posting stuff on there. He was at the match as well.
Oh, fab.
Obviously being a son of Malaga.
Exactly. So we went to a restaurant called Origin, which we had previously booked for a tasting menu. And it was fabulous. The service was amazing. There was a guy called Angel, and we couldn't believe that it was his first night. We thought he'd worked there for years. He was very young and he really knew his wine. And he said he'd been in London working and studying. He'd done a course all about wine and he really knew his stuff, and he knew that we knew a bit as well. And it was great.
We did have to call on your expert.
Well, yes, we did. We called Charlotte, but I'm pleased to say that she said I was right. She was impressed that I knew this. So we wanted a bottle of Criantha, and he gave us 2 options. So initially he offered us a Protos, or you asked about a Protos, because it was 2022, but it didn't say Criantha on the bottle, and it was €39. And then he brought out another one. He said, this is really nice, I recommend this one. And it was €26, and it said Criantha.
It was a Rioja Criantha, yeah.
And we were a bit like, oh, I don't know, because we like Protos. If that's a Protos Criantha, you said because the date is 2022, then that probably means it's good. And I said, yeah, but that just means that it was put in a bottle in 2022.
Yeah, so it had its usual amount in the barrel, which isn't enough to make it a Criantha. But because it had been in a bottle for X amount of time after that, I wondered if it carries on maturing.
No, I mean, a little bit with red wine, definitely not with white wine, but with red wine, we don't know where they've stored it. Exactly. It could have been in a warehouse. It might have been in the sunshine. So the fact that it's been in a bottle since 2022 doesn't necessarily mean it's going to taste like a Criantha. So we called Charlotte and she was like, yes, well done, you're right. So we went with the cheaper one on the guy's recommendation, and it was gorgeous.
Yep, stunning. And he, as we said earlier, knew his stuff. Really nice guy. If you're in Nerja, highly recommend that. They don't just do the tasting menu, you can go a la carte as well. But it was Peruvian, wasn't it?
It was Peruvian. We love Peruvian. We had a couple of variations of ceviche. There was a curried quinoa dish that was gorgeous. We never think of using quinoa in curries, but we're going to now. We had some scallops, we had some beef, we had some chicken. It was just absolutely delicious. And it was quite spicy. There's a bit of a kick to a lot of it, but we really enjoyed it. They gave us a glass of cava at the end as well, which was nice.
Yes, they did, didn't they? Nice cold glass of cava.
Yeah. And you said on one of the first dishes, this is a bit like a risole.
A risole.
Risole.
And you'd never heard that term
I've never
before.
heard of a risole.
My mum used to buy rissoles.
And what
Findus
are they?
rissoles, I think they were. Well, they basically like a croqueta. I can't see a difference.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were breadcrumbs. Slightly darker, I think, than a croquette. But yeah, it's what it was. It was breadcrumbs on the outside and meat or cheesy stuff in the middle.
How funny. When you said it, it just reminded me of Abigail's party. It sounded like the kind of thing I would have served to Ange at Abigail's party. Risol, Ange!
Yeah, I'm not sure if they were 70s or 80s rissoles, but yeah, we definitely used to have those. I don't think we had croquettes.
No.
We had rissoles.
Today we got up and had some lovely breakfast. There was this gorgeous cat sitting outside the church for ages. He was washing himself.
Well, he knew where he was going to get the attention from, didn't he?
He was so cute. So we did a bit of touristy, got some photos at Balcon de Europa. It is absolutely stunning there. That open view of the sea is beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the most beautiful places. Well, it's why it's called the Balcon de Europe, and it has stunning 360-degree views, doesn't it?
It's not 360, it's 180.
You know, if you want to see the town, you just turn around.
Okay.
That's 360. It's not all sea.
Fair enough.
It's not an island.
We walked back to our car and we found it all right. We got quite lucky with the parking. Initially, we were driving round and round thinking, where the hell are we going to park? Because you couldn't park anywhere near the hostel. It was in a pedestrian street. And we were thinking, oh, we're not going to get anywhere to park. And we were driving further and further away. And then there was this little car park in the middle of a residential area. And it didn't look like there were any spaces at all. And there was a really tight space that I managed to squeeze into. So we got free parking.
Yeah, I had to carry a very heavy bag though.
Yeah, no, it was quite a walk, wasn't it? It was a good 10 minutes
walk. You dragged the suitcase.
Making a hell of a noise.
Yeah, and I had to carry the bag.
But we made it. Today is Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to all the amazing dads and all the amazing single mums out there as well. I saw a post by one of our friends who's a single mum, and she was sort of bigging up the single mums on Father's Day who do it all, which I thought was a nice nod to the single mums of the world. So
absolutely.
Yeah, if you are lucky enough to have your father, then give him a good squeeze.
So obviously we're back in Marbella now. We've said it before when we've been away. It's not a struggle coming back home. I mean, in the UK, you used to get holiday blues. So every time you went away somewhere nice, you got to go back to your routine and back to general normal life. Whereas here, number one, you love your job. I love my job. We love where we live. We're near the sea. We still got the sun. So we've come back.
We love our friends. We have a great social life.
So it's not a hardship coming home.
Back to normality, and we like our normality.
Yeah. It's going to be a busy week down here. So obviously you'll be hearing this, hopefully, some of you, before Tuesday. And it's San Juan on Tuesday.
Yes, which is a big celebration on the beach. If you live near a beach or can get near to a beach, then it's worth going down to check it out if you haven't done it before. There'll always be music and drinks and a real party atmosphere. There'll be fireworks, and there'll probably be an effigy of a person who they will burn, and you're supposed to jump over the fires, although I wouldn't recommend it because the fires are normally quite big, so people don't really do that anymore.
They did ban it, didn't they? But I think they allowed it again now. But the idea was that you're meant to jump over the bonfire and then walk backwards into the sea
at midnight
with
making
an apparition or something, or making a wish or whatever it is. I don't know. But yeah, the San Pedro one is particularly good. They normally have a band, live music, loads of bars are set up. You can get food. So it's a real celebration.
Yeah.
We won't be there because we're going to be watching England playing in the World Cup.
Yeah, we were going to go to San Juan this year, but then we realised England are playing the same night. So we're opting for England. Sorry, Spain.
Yes, yeah. Well, we live here, so we'll go to San Juan next year.
Yeah, for sure. I wanted to thank some people for giving us some nice feedback. It's interesting, doing a podcast like this, it's very easy to think and assume and hope that all your friends are automatically going to listen, but they don't, which is fine because A, people have very busy lives, and B, some people just aren't podcast people. To try and convert people to listen to a weekly podcast when they don't normally listen to podcasts, I guess is a big thing.
Yeah, and some people we speak to all during the week, so they probably don't want to listen to us again when they've got home.
Also true. But Eleanor said to me at the quiz that she's really enjoying listening to the podcast now, so that's nice.
Hello, Eleanor.
Hi, Eleanor. And Shirley said that after listening to what we said last week about doing too much food shopping and trying to eat more of the tins in the cupboards before doing another food shop, she's doing that as well now.
Yes, and that's going well for us, isn't it? We still haven't really done a big shop. We got a few bits today because we're cooking a paella for your dad on his Father's Day.
Yep.
But other than that, it's just been some very essential things that we haven't really done lots of shopping. We're still working our way through the cupboard.
Really good. A couple of articles in the Euro Weekly News, our collaborators that I wanted to mention. There is a Dino Expo XXL coming up on June the 27th, running throughout the summer until September the 13th. This is a 5,000 metre square exhibition. It's a touring phenomenon. It's the biggest dinosaur show in the world. It travels everywhere. And it's happening at the Palacio de Congresos in Estepona. There's going to be 120 life-size animatronic dinosaurs.
Wow.
It sounds
be like
amazing.
Going into Jurassic Park.
I know. There's a part of me that wants to go.
Well, you are a bit of a dinosaur, so why not?
That's rude. You're the dinosaur.
Wait.
Well, if you're going to dish it out, you better take it.
Moving on, what's happening next?
But would you fancy going?
Yeah, I don't mind. It sounds quite good.
We could do, couldn't we? Do we need to take children, or could we just go on our own like a couple of adult nerds?
We go as nerds.
Okay, fine.
Well, we can't just randomly get kids, can we? That would be even worse. We get
Pick
arrested.
up some kids. If anyone listening has children and is not interested in going to the Dino Expo, but your kids are, we'll take them. There we go, as an offer.
We can tag along with Amy, because I'm sure Kian would like dinosaurs.
Yeah, Kian would like it. Maybe we can take Kian. It mentioned in the paper that there's a heat wave in Spain this week, starting from today, with temperatures reaching 44 degrees in some parts.
That's hot.
We felt it over the weekend. Someone's definitely turned a switch, haven't they?
Yeah, it is ramping up to full. I mean, we're only June, so it's not full summer yet.
I know, which is crazy. There was an article which is interesting. We've been talking about this. We've nipped into La Cañada a couple of times over the last few days for various things. And there was a headline, "When do Spain's summer sales really start?"
I'm confused.
Yeah, we're really confused because we thought it started at a certain time, but there's loads of sales going on already.
So I've been in, I can't remember if it's Thursday or Friday into La Cañada, didn't I? Or maybe Saturday.
Yeah, it was Friday we went and we weren't here Saturday.
And then I went the previous Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
To get some shoes, if you remember.
Okay, yeah.
So there was one sale on in one place then. Then when we went in Friday, there was like another 2 sales on. Then we went in today and there's a few more additional sales on. But it's not like fully started yet because I think officially the sales generally start in July.
Well, apparently not, according to this article. So it mentioned a few particular shops like Mango and Zara and Springfield and things like that have all started. But
Mango hadn't. I looked today and Mango Men did not have a sale.
No, it didn't. But according to this...
But opposite, Guess has started their sale with 50% off.
Yeah, it's weird. Well, according to this article, it says Mango started on the 22nd of June, but it doesn't seem to have done in La Cañada. And Zara online on like the 23rd of June and then in store on the 25th of June. Oh, no, hold on. It's not the 22nd yet, is it?
That's why it's not started.
Tomorrow's the 22nd. And El Corte Inglés, the 26th of June. So that's next Friday. So it's all happening this week.
We're waiting for the sale because we want to get a vacuum cleaner.
Oh, sorry.
You're laughing at me.
It just sounds so sad.
Listen, if we can get money off, what's the point of buying it this week when it might be like €20 cheaper?
Absolutely. Yeah, we were looking at El Campo and the one we want's $89.99. So we're seeing if it's going to go down in price.
Well, we've already just bought you a NutriBullet and that was in the sale. And I think because I've got my Corte Inglés card, it got some more money off. So it came down from like €80 or €90 to 53. Which
wow, that's really good. There was a piece that I thought initially, I don't want to read that, but I have read it. How to stop snakes entering your Spanish home this summer.
I'm not sure we've had oh no, I have seen a snake in the garden before.
Really?
Yes. Only once, but I have seen one.
Oh my God.
I'm not sure where it went.
Oh, great. So it could be in the house.
Well, no, it's probably long dead. It was like a few years ago.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. So the main tip is don't leave the doors open, basically. Snakes want to...
Tip.
Well, it is a big tip. We don't leave the doors open.
Say that to anything. If you don't want to get burgled, don't leave the doors open. I mean,
that's good fucking advice, really. Very true. If you don't want to get burgled, don't leave the doors open.
I thought there was like a profound way of stopping snakes. You know,
so did I.
Putting cucumber trimmings outside the door or something.
No,
but-
just don't leave your doors open. But I thought initially, I thought the same as you, to be fair. I thought, is that all the advice is? And I thought, well, we're fine because we don't leave the doors open. But then I got proper freaked out because it said they can also come under doors. And I thought, well, only if you've got a massive gap under your door, which I couldn't picture there being one, certainly not in our house or anybody's house, to be honest. But then, listen to this. It said if you have a gap smaller than or up to 2 centimetres, which is nothing, is it?
Still a fair gap.
It's not that big.
Listen, 2 centimetres is huge.
To women, it's not. So basically, these snakes can flatten themselves in order to go under doors to get through little gaps.
Wow.
That's scary.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why we're so high pitched.
Yeah, we need to
We don't
block
live
our
in an
doors.
area where there's lots of snakes. We haven't got sort of lots of grassland, have we?
I suppose.
I mean, to get here, it's got to come down the high street, along the road. I mean, come on.
Down the high street. And how often do you see snakes crawling down the high street?
Seen
It
a
just
few
doesn't
dinosaurs.
happen. So yes, these young vipers can flatten themselves and twist to get through small gaps.
We've got
I don't
nothing
want
to
to go
worry about.
I don't want to go to bed thinking about that. One more thing to end on, because there was an article about retirement and it's going to happen to us one day. There was a list of the top 10 best retirement destinations in the world, and Spain makes the top 10, which is good. Spain is at number 9. If I asked you to name 5 countries,
Yes.
I'm going to estimate that you don't name one of the 5 countries that's in this top 10 other than Spain. Go.
Romania,
No.
France,
No.
Portugal.
Bugger. Yes.
Ha. Game over.
2 more. Just for fun.
Italy,
No.
Bulgaria.
No. So the top 10, in at number 10 is Peru.
Peru?
Yes, quite.
Who
Well,
retires to Peru?
well,
Do
maybe
you know
we
any-
should for the food.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Number 9 is Spain. Number 8 is Portugal. And those 2 complete the only European countries on the list.
Really?
Yes. 7 is Panama.
Panama?
Nice hats.
I chose them for my team in the World Cup and they're doing shit.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say they're the best football teams. Number 6, Costa Rica,
Coffee?
I guess. Number 5, Indonesia.
Women?
Baby.
Sorry.
Number 4, Mexico.
Food and tequila.
Number 3, Colombia. I find that very hard to believe. I mean, Colombia doesn't have a great reputation in terms
No.
of crime and stuff. No offence to any Colombians. I know it's a beautiful country.
Yeah, I don't get that one.
Number 2, Thailand.
Women.
Stop it. And number 1 is the Philippines.
Philippines?
Why are there so many Filipinos here?
Well, yeah, I think they've got
I mean that in the nicest possible way. I love Filipinos.
It's because Spain
They're
is
all
on the
here.
list.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, so in the Philippines, if you want to get away after you retire, you're not going to stay there, are you? You're going to come to one of the other countries.
I suppose. So there you go. What a fascinating list. I couldn't have predicted most of
Well, I'll
that.
tell you, you go to the Philippines and I'll go to Peru.
No, I want to go to Peru. Why
Well,
can't
I'll
we go
to
together?
Thailand then.
Why aren't we going
It's
together?
retirement, isn't it?
It's not retirement from marriage.
Oh.
It's goodbye from him.
It's goodbye from her.